Hey there, I'm your host, and today we are back again with another installment of strange stories that will make you never want to visit them. But these stories come from one place only, dark forest. From ghostly apparitions to whispers of sinister plots. These stories will leave you questioning the boundaries between our world and the next. So make sure to listen carefully, and let's dive right into it. Part 1. The Dark Corridor. Imagine hiking alone through a dense forest, when suddenly you come across an eerie clearing. There stands a house, or maybe it's a cabin, shrouded in mystery. Curiosity gets the best of you, and you decide to explore. As you step inside, you find yourself in a dark corridor. Despite the gloomy atmosphere, you venture deeper into the house. Then you notice a faint light flickering at the end of the corridor. Hope springs eternal. Perhaps you'll find an exit or maybe just another room. But as you draw closer, the light abruptly vanishes. Suddenly, you feel a bone-chilling cold, goosebumps all over your arms, and then you hear it, the sound of heavy footsteps slowly approaching from the darkness ahead. Paralyzed with fear, you stand frozen. Each step resonates with dread as they come closer. Just when you think it's almost upon you, the footsteps stop. A moment of silence hangs heavy in the air, followed by the distinct creaking of the door. Slowly, ever so slowly, it begins to open. The sight that greets you is so terrifying that you instantly regret your decision to explore this haunted house. Standing before you is a ghastly figure. Its eyes seem to burn with an otherworldly glow. What feels like hours passes, but is probably seconds, and the apparition stares directly at you. Unable to move or speak, you remain stuck in place. It's as though time itself has stopped. Finally, the ghost steps out of the room, leaving you trembling in its wake. Too afraid to make a sound, you wait for it to pass. Once it disappears around the corner, you break into a run, desperate to escape the haunting presence within the house. Number 2. Whispers in the Woods. The year is 1974, and the location, the heart of a dense forest. 2 campers were relaxing around their campfire when their peaceful retreat took a sinister turn. Suddenly, they heard whispers coming from the surrounding trees. At first, they dismissed it. Perhaps it was the wind playing tricks on them. But the whispers grew clearer, forming words that sent chills down their spines. The chilling message was simple and direct. Get out. Unaware of any danger, they decided to stay put. Throughout the night, the whispers persisted, growing louder and more menacing. They continued to tell the campers to leave. However, they didn't budge. In the morning, after, of course, not sleeping at all, they packed up and left. When they did, they noticed strange markings carved into some of the trees, symbols they had not seen before. This unsettling incident remained a mystery, a chilling tale of campers who dared to ignore the warnings of the whispering woods. Number 3. No one escapes. Deep in the woods of the United States, there's a town known as Pioneer Town. This isn't just any town, it's a ghost town. It holds a tragic secret that has kept it empty for many years. Legend has it that anyone who tries to return to this deserted town never leaves the same way they came in. The story goes back many years when Pioneer Town was a bustling community. Families lived there and went about their daily lives. However, one day everything changed. A train accident occurred just outside the town, leaving several people dead. Soon after, strange things began to happen in Pioneer Town. People reported hearing screams in the night that they couldn't explain. Some even claimed to have seen the ghosts of those who died in the train accident. As time passed, the incidents became more frequent and more intense. It was as if the spirits of the deceased were restless and wanted to be heard. Fear gripped the town. People started to leave Pioneer Town, seeking refuge elsewhere. With each passing day, the town became more deserted. Eventually, it was completely abandoned. Today, very few dare to visit Pioneer Town. Those who do speak of an eerie silence that hangs over the town and claim to feel a deep sense of sadness and despair. Some have even captured strange sounds and images while exploring the abandoned buildings. Number 4. Shadow in the Window. A lone hiker found himself enveloped by the darkness of a thick forest. He was on a path less traveled, seeking solace in nature's embrace. But as twilight deepened, a chill wind whispered through the trees. Seeking shelter, he stumbled upon an old cabin. It looked abandoned, but hope flickered within him. Just as he reached out to knock, a sudden movement caught his eye. Gazing through a window, he saw a shadowy figure. Was it a fleeting glimpse of a wild animal or something more sinister? Curiosity and trepidation battled within him. For a moment, he stood transfixed, contemplating whether to seek warmth within or to flee from the enigmatic shadow. No. 5. Forgotten Grave. Amidst the sprawling wilderness of the United States lies a cemetery that's not just forgotten, it's haunted. Legend has it that anyone who dares to disturb the slumber of the dead within its borders will face dire consequences. One fateful day, driven by morbid curiosity, or perhaps a misguided sense of adventure, 4 teenagers embarked on a journey to uncover the truth behind the haunted cemetery's lore. As they ventured deeper into the overgrown grounds, the air grew heavy with anticipation. Suddenly, one of the teenagers noticed a grave unlike the others. It bore the inscription, "Beware all who enter." Intrigued and somewhat terrified, they decided to investigate. As they approached the grave, the ground beneath their feet seemed to tremble. An unsettling feeling washed over them, urging them to flee. But their curiosity had gotten the better of them. They ignored the warning and proceeded to disturb the grave. In an instant, the tranquility of the cemetery was shattered. The earth rumbled violently, causing the teenagers to stumble backward in horror. As if awakened from a deep slumber, the ground split open, revealing a dark and gaping abyss. The teenagers stood paralyzed with fear as the earth continued to shake violently around them. Suddenly, skeletal hands emerged from the darkness, reaching out as if to grab them. The teenagers screamed in terror, their voices echoing through the desolate landscape. They turned and fled, racing away from the cemetery as fast as their legs could carry them. From that day forward, the teenagers carried the trauma of their experience, forever haunted by the sight of the gaping grave and the skeletal hands that reached out from the depths. The legend of the haunted cemetery only grew stronger, serving as a chilling reminder to those who dared to challenge its eerie secrets. No. 6. Uninvited Guest. One dark and stormy night, 2 friends found themselves seeking shelter in a cabin, far away from civilization. Their refuge, however, came with an uninvited guest. The storm raged outside, mirroring the turmoil in their hearts as they huddled together. Suddenly, the cabin door creaked open, revealing a shadowy figure standing in the doorway. The friends froze, their blood running cold as they stared at the apparition before them. Was it a lost traveler seeking warmth or something more sinister? Frozen by fear, they watched as the figure stepped inside, bringing with it the howling winds and driving rain. Their eyes met, and in that instant, the friends knew they were facing something beyond their understanding. Number 7. Forgotten Cabin. A group of adventurers set out to explore the vast wilderness of America's untamed landscape. They sought solace in a remote cabin, hoping for a respite from their arduous journey. As they pushed open the creaky door, they were greeted by a scene that sent shivers down their spines. Inside lay a table laden with untouched meals and personal belongings hinting at a hasty departure. In the corner, a rocking chair swayed gently as if occupied. The adventurers stood mesmerized, caught between fascination and fear. What had transpired within those 4 walls? Had the cabin's previous occupant vanished into thin air, or was there a more sinister explanation? Well, that wraps up our collection of scary stories from Dark Forest. Which story left you speechless and eager to share your own encounters? Did you ever find yourself face to face with the paranormal in the depths of a dark forest? We invite you to share your experiences below. And don't forget to subscribe to Ghostly History Official for more spine-tingling tales that will keep you on the edge of your seat.